Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to clean and how to do not clean your computer. So first off, let's start about the condition of this computer. So here it doesn't really need a cleaning, but it's good to clean your computer often, so it's way easier to clean it after some time have passed, like a month. After every month it will be very easy and fast process. So what I'm going to be showing you in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly clean your computer without risking it. What I mean is, guys, never use a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner can really seem a great option, and it is really a great option, but it creates so much static which can cause your computer components to fail. It's really bad using a vacuum cleaner because it creates way too much static electricity, and if you don't know, static electricity can damage your components because they are sensitive to static charges, because the chips and the memory and stuff like that are very sensitive components, so you don't want to get them around static, and static can go like through plastic even. Okay, so guys, be careful with that. So in this video you are going to be needing a basic set of screwdriver. You don't need all this. A screwdriver, it's fine. What I found really works for me is having the detailing brush for cars and using it on your fans and computers and stuff. Also, if you are changing your thermal paste, it will be very nice to have these blue shop towels because they don't leave anything behind, and even a microfiber cloth like this to just to wipe stuff around, it will be very useful. Also, something that I really recommend is a blower like this, because you can really just blow air on it and it be very fine actually. But if you want to get deeper, you can actually still use this because, come on guys, it's so useful. So let's start on the cleaning. So first you wanna make sure that you have some spare time because you don't want to rush cleaning your computer. Also, first of all, just check everything, nothing plugged in, just have nothing plugged in. And so let's start unplugging stuff. So what you're going to do is basically unplug basic stuff like your graphics card. You want to unplug that and remove it. So let's start. So guys, before you remove your GPU, make sure that you unlatch this thing, because you can easily break your motherboard if you don't unlatch it first. Also guys, a little tip, if you have a magnet, just use it to store your screws and even anything. A ball does the job really fine, because as tidy as you can be, some screws will get lost eventually. And so this is where your microfiber cloth comes around. So you have it lying there and you can basically put your components without scratching them or anything. So yeah, it's useful. So after you remove your GPU and other stuff that can avoid you from removing your motherboard, if you have space, you can clean it in your case, but I will personally take the motherboard outside and then clean it. So after you've taken out anything necessary to remove your motherboard, just hold it from the cooler and try and pull it out like from this way up, because the thing right here, you can see it touches this, so you have to go a bit like this to get the motherboard safely out, and be careful, don't scratch the back. Also guys, when you put your motherboard on back in, make sure you put all the screws because they are really necessary, especially if you have a heavy motherboard and with an air cooler like this. So after you've taken out your motherboard, just get maybe another microfiber cloth, but guys, I don't recommend you putting your motherboard on a microfiber cloth. There are many sensitive components right here, as you can see. Those are very small, and microfiber cloths have the tend to pull on that stuff. Be careful, especially if your motherboard has stuff down there, which mine of course doesn't. It has only the solder points, which is fine having solder points. You can't easily destroy them, so just be extra careful when you use these ones. So you made it this far. So you have to start cleaning the dirtiest component of your computer, which isn't your Google history, but is your fans. So you have to start cleaning your fans first and then going down. So as you can see, the fans do look pretty dirty, as you can see the blades, but you can easily brush them off with a brush or even some Q-tips, but I don't really recommend Q-tips because Q-tips don't hold as much as brushes, and Q-tips you can like throw away another box of Q-tips, which can really make that. It will make a difference, of course, but in the long term, it's just simply not worth it. Just use a brush. What's the difference actually? So yeah. Also, guys, if your fans are really dirty, you can just use your blower first, but be careful not to overspin your fans because fans have bearings and those bearings don't like to spin too fast. So don't destroy your fans. So guys, from the picture that you saw, the results really do speak from themselves. The brushes really do make a difference. Also compared with this thing, everything is amazing, and it was a really simple process. You just brush everything off, and it's that simple. As the same goes with the power supply, you can just blow some air, but be careful with the fan also. And you can use a brush to clean like the edges right here because they do catch dust. Also right here you can touch, you can get dust, which you can also clean with your brush and using some air to get it out. So the same goes with your GPU. You can just blow some air. Also be careful with the fans because these are like the most sensitive fans. Because some GPU makers, these are good enough, but some GPU makers really put some cheap fans that can really break easily. So be careful while brushing or using your blower. Also guys, never ever clean your GPU like it's your computer, okay? Never open your power supply, okay? The power supplies are very specific to what they are doing. They're not playing right here. They are changing volts, which can harm your life and your computer's life actually. So just be very careful. You can blow some air and that's it. Anything more, just buy another power supply, or even you can risk it obviously because who doesn't like taking risk obviously, but you can also take it to a professional to clean it for you. In my case, my GPU doesn't really get that clean because you can't really see it. Now you can see it. It has so much dust on the fins because I have an open air case. And since I have a precision screwdriver, if you don't try it because you can harm your GPU. I will take just my shroud off to clean the heatsink. Guys, something to be very careful of when you take your GPU shroud. Some graphics cards like this one like to put the same screws for the backplate. So when you remove this shroud, your backplate will fall off. So be careful. And here it is, guys. I removed my backplate without even wanting to, but this is a process of getting the shroud only, hopefully only the shroud, basically, out. So sadly, guys, you mustn't use a microfiber cloth, especially for your GPU. Use the paper towel that I showed you before because the backplate got removed and so there are sensitive components all over the place. So just be careful, be prepared for everything. So after this stressful cleanup, I'm assembling back this GPU. And of course guys, we made it. And there is one last component to clean, and that is our motherboard. So right now guys, let's start off by removing the fans. Same goes on with the other fans like I showed you before. So guys, after you basically brushed off and blown off everything, so guys, after you blown off and brushed out everything, you are basically pretty much done if you want to only clean your computer and not replace your thermal paste. I recommend you replacing your thermal paste every 2, 3, 4 years depending on the use case. So if you have a 99 CPU that basically runs at 90 Celsius most of its lifetime. Basically change your thermal paste every almost 2 years. I have a Ryzen 5 which doesn't make so much heat. I can replace my thermal paste if it's a good one, of course, every 4 years. I did put a good one, so I'm fine. So guys, everything is pretty much ready, everything is cleaned. Now we just have to assemble it back in the case. But first of all, just give your case a quick clean, just to make everything just a bit better. So if you don't have all of your standoffs, right now is the time to try and find as many as you can find and put them on. Be careful to put the ATX ones, yes. Depending on your motherboard size, obviously. If you have an ATX motherboard, there are places to put your ATX, okay? Just check that. So guys, after you install your motherboard, just continue on like usual and install your stuff. And boom guys, everything is ready, everything is plugged in, clean and shiny, very nice. And guys, here is a shot of the computer right now. It looks pristine, it looks really nice and clean, really great. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Like, subscribe.